evening, City Council. My name is Talisa Down. I originally wasn't going to speak on this tonight. I just lucked up to be in the audience tonight. I remember the chromium needed to be cleaned up because I was a student at number 15 school, and I was 10 years old. I am 40 years old. I buried my mother 3 years ago with emphysema, and she never smoked one cigarette in her life. And it was directly related to the community. And we always had respiratory problems throughout the house, to the point where it's second nature to have a humidifier in every room now. And it's just the idea that now we have the opportunity to come forward. I hope that you guys be able to make a decision to clean it up correctly, so that no more contaminants can go forward. I know it's not an easy decision to make, but I am a product of the community. I do remember scratching that yellow substance off the wall, because it was crystallizing and coming through PS15 in the basement where we had lunch, and we didn't understand what that was when it first came to our attention. And like I said, it's been 30 years, I'm 40 years now, but I hope that our children can have an environment without the chromium, and that's all I want to say. Thank you.
I brought a lot of papers here. I will not bore you with the papers. I'm here to address the issue that was addressed in the newspaper today, and I would not have been here had I not read the Jersey Journal today. And it said yesterday the city officials made further changes and And I've been working on environmental concerns in Jersey City since the 1980s when ICO was formed. As you know, ICO brought the suit that brought the successful resolution to the cleanup site on 440. And I'm here to say to you that yes, we want cleanup. I live in that area. I resided on Arlington Avenue, about 2 blocks away from this site. But I'm not too concerned about me. I'm concerned about others that will follow me. And yes, we do want cleanup, but we want it to be done right. And for us, ICO would recommend, not only ICO, but I'm speaking on behalf of ICO tonight, would recommend that you take the recommendation that was made. I'll reiterate what I heard from the gentleman earlier. The DEP itself recommended standard of 1 ppm. 1 ppm, not 20.
I'd say in the last 4 years, this is probably the hardest decision because people are coming forward with real life-threatening and really life-concerning issues. It's not about dollars and cents about a tax evasion or jobs or $1 million. It's about cancer and real concerns. And the underlying question that I ask myself when you boil down to everything is, would I want to live there? Would I want my family to live there? You know, on this council, you're tasked with this situation. You're tasked with a lot of issues. You're looking at the history over the last 20 years. You're looking at the opportunities solved today. You're looking at the health of people who have suffered over a long term with the potential of maybe not settling today, and what those risks can be overall. And when I come back to a couple of key points over here. 20 years ago, there was an administrative consent order, and nothing has happened for 20 years. The city did nothing, and I commend the administration for moving this forward. The state did nothing, and PPG did nothing. Earlier this year, there was a federal lawsuit filed by the ICO, and that's the same group that brought the gold standard that earlier was discussed. It's the same exact group that won that lawsuit, and they feel like this lawsuit is stronger. Now, what happens here today is after 20 years of doing nothing, all of a sudden PPG wants to settle, right? And I would beg to say that if they thought that the settlement would be better via going and pursuing federal court, they wouldn't be here today. The reality of the situation is that this doesn't go far enough. Not knowing what that number is, not knowing when that number is going to be, to lock us in, knowing that after 20 years they did nothing, and then all of a sudden today they're coming forward and saying, we're ready to move forward, knowing that there's a federal lawsuit, knowing the fact that the same exact group, the ICO that won that lawsuit, is telling us that by PPG putting forward this settlement, it'll hurt the community group and their lawsuit to settle. PPG will go and take this settlement and say at the federal court, the city's moving forward. cleaned up as much as you want it cleaned up. And we want it cleaned up properly. And I can, in good conscience today, I've done my work on this. I've tried to learn as much as possible. I've tried to ask as many questions as possible. Tried to be as fair as possible. I can, in good conscience, say today, when we're still discussing capping, adding to a resolution, what treatment is, treatment on-site, treatment off-site. These are things that I don't understand. What I do know is we don't have a standard today, and to settle today, not knowing what that standard is not fair to you. So I vote no.